Sweet, sweet Jamaica, nah left ya. Sweet, sweet Jamaica, nah left. Hey, welcome to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most. Watch me. I'm gonna give you some history of SouFLoTV before I go into the main story. Now, the main story is about a young man that recently got married, and it's a Canadian resident that visited Jamaica and was killed on Friday while on a visit to Jamaica. A newlywed. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Before I do that though, let me just take the edge off so people don't think it's all negativity. So I'm just gonna give you some history lessons of this place where the incident took place very shortly, and then I will get into the whole story and how I feel about returning residents, so on and so forth. I don't know if y'all know this, but returning residents shot and killed in SouFLoTV while visiting is never a good anything for us. Okay, returning residents shot and killed in any part of Jamaica while visiting is never a good look for us, the island of Jamaica. I know there are a group of people coming like the Me Too movement that start to say stuff like, I don't know what I'm doing because them things that happen anywhere in the world. Yeah, but we're not concentrating on anywhere in the world. We know everything happens everywhere in the world. Drug dealing, prostitution, kidnapping, sex trafficking, you name it, it happens all over the world. Okay? We get that point. The point is that that's not what we're focused on. We're focused on our yard. You understand? Make other people clean up them place and we concentrate on cleaning up our place. We concentrate on shining the light on our place. By the way, let me just say this. If you have to compare yourself to the worst of the worst in other parts of the world, that should tell you that you're not do too good. Alright? Sweet, sweet Jamaica. Nah, left you but we want it for sweet again. Alright? Now, SouFLoTV, where this thing took place, here's a little history lesson about Sav. So, a lot of us now call SouFLoTV, like me now, I'm from Clarendon, so me used to say SouFLoTV. SouFLoTV, you have SouFLoTV, and you know what I'm saying? People used to laugh when me say SouFLoTV, but a Sav. And as y'all know, I have Brains, which is my wife, who's here to correct me all the time because that is her place, that is where she is from. Okay? So SouFLoTV, SouFLoTV, commonly known as SouFLoTV, or simply Sav, is a chief town and capital of Westmoreland Parish, Jamaica, a coastal town. It contains 18th century fort constructed for colonial defense against pirates in the Caribbean. Nowadays, you drive along the coastline of Sav, it is extremely beautiful. You can literally pull up to a white sand beach almost every and anywhere. The people there are very lucky because they live on beachfront property without all the tourist stuff, without all the whole heap of money that you have to pay. You'll see a beautiful boardhouse perched right on the beach or across the street from the beach. To wake up to that every day, it's paradise for a lot of people. A lot of wealthy people overseas wish they could wake up to that piece of property every single day and feel that cool Caribbean breeze and eat some of our authentic food on a daily basis. That's why I say a lot of the times that Jamaica, listen man, we have paradise. We have paradise. You understand? We just need to harness that, appreciate it, and build upon that. But we have paradise. So SouFLoTV was originally established as a settlement in Spanish Town, in Spanish Jamaica. SouFLoTV was originally established as a settlement in Spanish Jamaica. I don't know if you know it, at one time the Spaniards ruled Jamaica, colonized Jamaica, so as the British did. In 1780, the town was completely destroyed by a powerful hurricane known as SouFLoTV Hurricane. It was rebuilt as the port was an important part of the Atlantic trade in sugar, slaves, and other goods. After Great Britain abolished slavery in 1833 and before the abolition of slavery in the United States in 1865, its officials in the Caribbean colonies at times ordered the examination of slaves on American ships that happened to come to its Caribbean ports to see if they wanted to stay in the colony and gain their freedom or return with the ship to the United States of America and back into slavery. In the cases of the Enterprise at Bermuda in 1835 and the Creole at Nassau in 1841 and 1842, a total of more than 200 slaves gained their freedom this way. In at least one case, residents intervened to help others gain their freedom. On the 20th of July, 1855, Jamaicans boarded the United States brig Young America, which had put into SouFLoTV. They had learned that the cook, a man named Anderson, alias Nettles, was a fugitive slave, and they took him to shore where he gained his freedom. He had boarded the ship with free papers in the name of Nettles. The Jamaican magistrates did not interfere. They allowed him to stay there. The United States Consul R. Monroe Harrison, 1768 to 1858, complained of the British colonial government about the incident. He also published a letter in the New York Times a few days later, warning the shipmasters against having blacks as a part of their crew on ships, putting them into Jamaica at the risk of losing them because they would have ran off and gained their freedom. And usually it would happen around one place called Sav. Alright? So now that y'all know that little history about that, there's also some history about your connection with your Black American brothers and sisters who actually used to go on these ships, be on the ship as slave help, handyman work, and as soon as that ship hit, say, SouFLoTV, them duck off of the ship and run for freedom. Okay? Now, I want y'all to know something about this story right here, right? At least 85 Canadian nationals, at least 85. I'm a bit thrown back by this because this is so disturbing. It's not even funny. So at least 85 Canadian, British, or American nationals have been murdered in Jamaica between 2012 and June of 2018. I'm going to say that again. At least 85 Canadian nationals have been murdered in Jamaica. Canadian, American, and British, not just Canadian. So at least 85 Canadian, American, and British nationals have been murdered in Jamaica between 2012 and 2018 June, according to The Guardian. And The Guardian ran this information in a piece titled "Retirees Returning to Jamaica Face Extreme Murder Risk, Says Police." And I read that piece, and that information was given to The Guardian by Jamaica Constabulary Force police officers. High-ranking one of them, by the way, which I believe is Bigger Ford, was his name on the squad at the time when he was active. Now, for our people to even fathom the idea, retirees returning to Jamaica face extreme murder risk, says police. He went on in the ad to speak about how retirees and visitors were targeted and how the criminals would actually go about hitting their targets. Anyway, this story right here. So, returning resident was shot and killed in SouFLoTV while visiting his relatives. He's newly wed. That's sad, man. It's sad that the fact that the brother is newly wed. And here's another case where we would say if him did stay in Canada, he would be just fine. You know, when you're getting ready to go to Jamaica, I don't know if it ever clicks in your mind like anything can happen, you know. And I know, again, for the ignorant people out there, anything can happen anywhere. I don't subscribe to the when it's your time for go, it's your time for go. I don't really subscribe to that if you're placing yourself in danger or in dangerous places. You know what I'm saying? But the brother is newly wed. Never got a chance to even enjoy his wedding, so to speak. His matrimony. His new wife. Newly wed Orain Reid, who left and resided in Canada. He came to Jamaica on Friday just for a short visit, but Orain did not know that this would be his last. He was gunned down in SouFLoTV during a drive-by shooting that night while delivering, let's check this out. This is what he was doing. While delivering baby clothes to a relative who lived in the area. So you know you come from foreign and you call and you say, sis, what? Everything all right? Me come in Monday, you know, and your sister will say, yeah man, everything good. You come Monday? All right then. Yeah, you say, you need anything you want me bring in, anything specific? She said, no, not really. Just maybe if you can bring some baby clothes or something. You know, me have a little baby here, the baby just born, blah, blah, blah. And you say, you know what? I'm a little niece or I'm a little nephew, so I'm going to go shop and bring in, you know, what I can. So you have a little package ready for sis, and you're going to bring it to her, and you're happy to come to the island. A lot of people don't understand that. People who probably never leave the island, they don't understand that joy of coming home. They don't understand, even if we're there foreigner, we're broke, right? Even if we are come home with two long hands, just our hearts bursting with joy and excitement just to return. You know what I'm saying? Just to be among our people then. I tell my wife all the time, I say, you know, I'm guilty of it because I'm one of them who, even though I report the crime stories, I still encourage people to go. And people say to me oftentimes, yo, SouFlo, that's so conflicting. People's blood are going to be on your hands if they go to Jamaica and they get murdered down there because you keep encouraging them to go, even though you see the murder rate rising the way it is. Oh man, I was taken aback by that when they told me that. I mean, that's pretty deep. You know what I'm saying? That is pretty deep. I myself, I just feel like Jamaica is my place, and no matter where I go, when I'm in the United States of America, I feel very different than when I'm in Jamaica. Yes, I feel free in the US and I feel safe because I live in a safe area. And I have accomplished certain things in life and a certain lifestyle that I live here where it's pretty comfy. But when I'm in Jamaica, I feel totally free. I don't feel that same freedom in the US. You know what I'm saying? And I've spoken about that before. Police pull me over in Jamaica most of the time. Them say, yo, SouFlo want me up on the island, brother. You know what I'm saying? And they know that I have respect for them as well. And we have a little chit chat talk and I'm on my way. Or I might get treated like a regular citizen if I am breaking a law or anything like that. But I'm not worried about a white man is going to pull me over and say, driver license registration. And I reach for my driver's license and he full up my car with bullets and said, oh, he was reaching for a gun. Because when he looks at me, he doesn't see himself. He doesn't see his brother, his father, his uncle, his cousin, his male cousins, because he's white and I'm black. You know, I don't have that paranoia when I'm in Jamaica. When I'm in Jamaica, I really, really feel free. The food, the air, the wind, you know, and I'm from the countryside, so way up in our freedom I'm talking about. People don't understand that these are the things that we miss. So y'all make it very hard for me to keep telling people, keep going. Yeah, man, them kill another one, but keep going, you know. So, and I'm trying to put myself in his position, Newlywed Gunn3dD0wn, who recently was residing in Canada and decided to come home to Jamaica just for a short visit after he recently got married. You know what I mean? And look at what he was gunned down doing. He was bringing clothes, baby clothes to go drop off for a relative. He was gunned down in SouFLoTV during a drive-by shooting while delivering baby clothes to a relative who lived in the area. He had stopped to talk to some acquaintances briefly. Hail up your friend them on the ends when you come in at the place. Yo, Mark, you walk on long time, I don't see you, you know. And them say, blows and skirts, fly you that open, brother. I mean, know say you come and you know what I always say to you, don't tell nobody you come in, don't tell nobody when you go in, just drop in at the place, right? He had stopped to talk to some acquaintances briefly when the incident occurred. Another person who was with him was also killed in the incident. Now, let me close off this video by saying this. Guilty by association much? You don't know. You leave Jamaica, you're going to live overseas. You know when you're in Canada, England, the UK, you can't really play around with the people them rules because you're either going to end up in prison and then deported or some kind of stuff like that. So those of us who are progressive and productive, we're not joining them kind of lifestyle there. We go overseas and we live good. Yes, and our goal is to achieve so that we can also help our family back home and establish ourselves in life and live some good life while we have life to live, don't it? But here's the thing. When you go back to Jamaica, you don't know which one of your friend them a gunman under quiet. You don't know which one of your friend them thief somebody drugs half a kilo of coke and run off with it and all these things, and bad man a look for him for bust him head. You don't know who is involved in what. You don't know if your sister trick a man and have the man a psycho man that's stalking her and wants to kill her and anybody will come near her, or you don't know what the case is. So you visit people, you go around people, but you don't know their backstory right off bat. So you could very well be there. Yo, let me stop and heal up my brethren them over yassa. And somebody see you in the moment and think, yo, just spray up the whole of them over there with gunshot. And there you are, wrong place, wrong time, right? I don't know the intricacies of this story as far as Orion goes, but I know that it's a pretty sad story and it does not make Jamaica look any better in the light of all that has been going on. The number of returning residents or visiting residents then getting killed is way too high, and that number continues to climb. It don't look good. This only makes people say, yeah, I'll still visit, but I'll make sure I stay inside of a resort. I'm trying to get the people them to circulate around the island. That mean them circulate the money where them come with and all this, right? Plus, go out and live some real Jamaican life, because a real Jamaican life, honestly, is not found inside of an all-inclusive resort. Big up to the all-inclusive resort. I don't have nothing against them. I'm just saying that if I was going to Jamaica to experience Jamaica, I would want to be around Jamaicans, local Jamaicans, the authentic Jamaicans experiencing that lifestyle, not locked up in a resort with a bunch of Americans or USA people that I live around in the USA already every day anyways. You know what I'm saying? But people afraid. So they rather just come and soak you in the air inside of a resort, venture outside a little bit on guided tours and so on and so forth, where it's safe or relatively safe, and then take themselves back inside. Anyway, his new wife posted this on social media. She said, "My love, my sunshine, I can't believe it. You are not really gone. Orion, my best friend, my love, my joy, my life. My life is empty. My heart is hollow. I breathe just barely, just enough to survive." I don't know if it's his wife post that or if it's his mom post that, but this picture right here looks like his mom, because two people can't look so much alike. Either that time sister, twin sister, or his mother. And I'm willing to bet it's his mom. I don't know. Alright, SouFLoTV audience, listen man. Jamaica, filled with Jamaica, beautiful Jamaica, pretty Jamaica. Me tell people all the time, Jamaica is a bed of roses, but it's not a bed of roses for everybody. Some people have it rough, and some people get a raw deal, like the deal that Orion got. We say rest in peace, brother. And I hope some justice come out of this. We know how that go in Jamaica as well. I hope your killers are found and brought to justice and hit with the full extent of the law. And I hope that your family finds some closure. And I hope that your wife is able to go on with life at some point in life. But we know, say, this ain't no, oh, we heal up tomorrow and move on thing. Alright? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. And honestly, again, I'm going to ask you one more time. When last have you been to Jamaica? Do you feel safe when you're in Jamaica? Are you afraid to go to Jamaica? All them kind of something. They talk that up in the comment section below. I still my place. Me not left it. And I'll be back there shortly. Alright? I'm out. Peace.